government wants its money back for millions of faulty antibody tests supplied by China. The Department of Health has admitted none of the 3.5 million finger prick tests ordered from mainly Chinese manufacturers in March passed accuracy checks. It comes as a number of European governments have already rejected Chinese-made equipment designed to combat coronavirus. The Dutch Health Ministry recalled 600,000 face masks at the end of March because they did not fit and the filters were defective. Spain encountered a similar issue with testing kits from China when 60,000 failed accuracy tests, and Slovakian Prime Minister Igor Matovic said a million tests from China were so inaccurate they should be thrown straight into the Danube. Last month, the EU's chief diplomat Joseph Borrell said Europe must be aware there is a geopolitical component, including a struggle for influence through spinning and the politics of generosity, adding China is aggressively pushing the message that, unlike the US, it is a responsible and reliable partner. Ireland issued an ultimatum to China last week after 20% of the 176 million pound worth of PPE it had bought from the country was found to be unusable by healthcare workers on the front line. Dr. Bharat Pankania, senior clinical lecturer at the University of Exeter Medical School, claimed the coronavirus crisis had exposed how much we rely on foreign manufacturing. We are now beholden to a foreign maker who can drag their feet and supply us with substandard goods in the moment of crisis, he said. A Department of Health spokesman said, we are currently working with several companies offering antibody tests and evaluating their effectiveness. The question now is that all of these things have been happening, and I think that is the fears of many Nigerians when they heard that the federal government has invited the Chinese doctors. But Lai Mohammed is telling us no, that they didn't invite them, they only came, they volunteered to come. We are hearing conflicting statements, but at the end of the day, they've been able to come because if you don't give them green light, nobody would come to your country. Even somebody offers you something and you feel that you don't need that thing at that particular time, or you are not, you are skeptical about that offer, at least you have the right to say, oh, thank you, or reject it for that moment. And that is why a lot of Nigerians are afraid. You know, people have been asking people that, why, what is their fears? Why are you afraid? These people came, they said they are not going to touch your patients and what have you. The issue now is that all the equipment they brought, were they tested? I don't know so, and I don't believe so, because once we see, once our governments, when they see anything or feel like this, they grab it, they embrace it. You can imagine that kind of a thing. They don't. We are not thorough when it comes to the issue of a healthcare issue of how things ought to go properly. But when it comes to padding, you know, dipping their hands into the cookie jar, they are very, very smart. They are very, very accurate when it comes to that. When it comes to not taking care of the people with the money we already have, no, they are very good at that. Buying the best for themselves. A typical example is what the lawmakers, they are doing now, sharing new model cars for them to do what work on which people. They are just there for themselves. That is just the way it is. Now, this issue is been going around, and I think a lot of people could not really explain it better. The reason why they are afraid or they are not even comfortable with these Chinese people coming into the country. A typical example again is what is happening in China. These people want to make it seem as if it is a Africa or black people sickness. You can imagine the way they just want to change the narratives. See the way they are treating our people outside in their country, and see the way they are being embraced, they are being honored, they are being treated like kings in our country, and our government does not see it. You know, they don't even fight for the people in the country, not to talk of the ones outside the country. What kind of a people, what kind of a leader do we really have? And this is the reason why this slave trade really gained ground in those days, because you know somebody cannot come to your house and just know everything about you. It is the same people then that even sold our people out to these people, and the trend is still going on. Of course, it has changed in different areas, but the same thing, the same marginalization by the same so-called people. Our leaders do not even take us serious, but they are just there for themselves. Now, They will not take action because I learned that whether the House of Reps has already called the ambassador, their Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, whether they have called them to order or they just call them for questioning, and it will just end there. They will not take drastic action because they are always begging, looking for help. Because of the help they are getting from them, will not be able to let them talk because you are eating, because you are collecting something from those you are not supposed to collect something from, and because of that, you will not be able to talk. See the way people are being treated. It's all over the internet. At the end of the day, they will tell you it is fake news. They will tell you, oh, it is people are making it up. Oh, don't believe everything happening on social media. And these things are really happening. Coming back again to what we are talking about before we digress, is the issue whether our government really, whether they did test all this equipment that these people brought to Nigeria, because a lot of people have been warning them. We know that they have an agenda of bringing these people. The issue now is that these things are happening all over the place, in other places. You could hear it yourself. You could hear it yourself that most of the equipment being brought to their countries from China, most of them could not pass the test. They are inaccurate. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate the kind of people that we have, that they are not deep thinkers. Someone is saying here that the original product from China is Koro only, but Buhari brought them to against all odds, thinking they are heavenly sent. Mumuma. Chinese from beginning are known to be fake, including their products. They must face the wrath of combined nations for not valuing the sanctity of life. This is the first time Europe and America had disappointed the world. First, they opened their borders and allowed this deadly virus to enter their lands. Secondly, they went ahead to buy fake medical equipment from China. What happened to their industries that they can't manufacture test kits? God, please heal the world. Someone say China must go. Someone say before uncle, they know, no, China products no they last. If them been ask me, therefore avoid all this unnecessary headache. Someone said, I recently commented, China have flooded Kenya with substandard and fake goods in the name of cheap price. Their electrical appliances hardly last a month. The world should be wary of these people called Chinese. Concerted effort should be formed to complete defeat and destroy China at this stage in time before killing everyone on earth. Cow. Chasers, we have in our government as a president. China is trying to reduce the population of the entire world so that they can have space for their huge population. When I never see something, federal government patronizing Chinese with their fake facilities and fake doctors. A stitch in time saves nine. China is wicked naturally. They want to be world champion. That is why they brought this pandemic to the whole world. Honestly, everyone needs to be careful, most especially our own government. They need to be careful. They need to look at everything holistically, because maybe they believe that they are untouchable. They still believe that they are untouchable. That is why they don't take a lot of these things serious. Because the reason why they are paying attention now to this COVID-19 is because they cannot travel out. Because if even the places they think that they can get the best treatment is a no-go area, those ones are struggling for their own lives. They are struggling for their own survival. Is that where you want to go? And to make matter worse, we are hearing a lot of things. They are bringing people from the same China. And before now, we've heard about most of all this equipment that are even testing positive. How do you justify that? If those people or those countries did not take, uh, if they not really take it upon themselves to check thoroughly, what would have happened? And with what we have, even in those areas, you see that the numbers of cases are increasing on a daily basis. So we need to be careful. We need to be careful. We need to speak out the more so that this our government will get it. Meanwhile, they cannot tell us that they are not hearing all of these things. They are hearing. They are hearing, but yet what are they doing? Most of the majority don't want to talk because they believe that, oh, if I talk, or they will sack me. If I say anything, it will be as if I'm the one who is going against the government. But at the end of the day, this thing will come and meet you. It will come and meet you, no matter how you think you have been positioned, or how highly you think you are placed. It will meet you. It does not really need any visa or what have you to get through to you. So If you think that you are just trying to wicked other people, invariably you are deceiving yourselves, and the thing that you are thinking you are avoiding will just come and meet you on a platter of gold. So we need to be careful with these things we've been hearing, because some people are calling on radio, oh, why are people going against the federal government bringing these people, this and this and this and that? Oh, what are your fears? That people cannot just pinpoint the reason why they are afraid. These are the reasons. A lot of countries are testifying to the same thing, that most of these kids coming from that particular place, they are not worthy of using. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below in the comment section, and let's learn from you.